What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Benny the Booth podcast. Thank you so much for the support at this point. I very much do appreciate it. To all the Jews that watch my content, obviously, thank you. But hopefully your restaurant went well. If you're still fasting when this comes out, hope it's going well and hope it finishes out well. If fast's already over for you, hope it went well. I'm here to do NFL Weekly Recap, how predictions went for me this week, next week's Week 4 predictions, and then a bit of MLB news. Let's get into it. Let's start off with MLB. Surprisingly, between 3 days of games missed for Yankees, where Judge could have had at least 61, Judge did not hit a homer and is still stuck at 60, which honestly was surprising to me. Like when I came back after Yantov, was like, really? Like, this is like 2-3 days worth of ABs, because they played Sunday Night Baseball. That's why I say 3. Obviously, if it wasn't Sunday Night Baseball, it would have been 2. But yeah, it just shocked me. I was just like, wow, he did not, like, I don't know. Either way, but the big news is that I think I reported this last time, but if not, Guardians will clinch the AL Central Division. The Yankees have clinched the American League East Division, so they have cemented their playoff spot. The St. Louis Cardinals have cemented the NL Central Division. So that division race is over. I think pretty much every division race is over, except for Braves Mets, which is going to be a big factor going into this weekend where they play each other. It's supposed to be in Atlanta, but because of the hurricane, it might be relocated, or they might reshuffle some of the games. Not sure what's going to end up happening, but it'll get played out, I'm saying, because it has a major factor towards who's going to have first place and win the division. But right now, they're tied going into tonight's games at 97-58. And the magic number, I believe, is like down to 9 or 8. But it's pretty much going to come down to the weekend series, if not even beyond that, maybe. We'll see. But Mets are playing Marlins currently. Braves are currently playing the Nationals for the respective teams. So let's get into NFL Weekly Recap now. Obviously, aside from the Browns game, which I did cover in the last video that I posted on Erev Rosh Hashanah. Go check it out on YouTube if you missed it. You can find it on the channel. But anyways, Panthers-Saints. Panthers pretty much had this game from beginning to end. There was some points where Saints had it, but it was all Baker and the Panthers coming out to a 22-14 win. Bears-Texans. This game was basically as expected. Bears ended up winning on a go-ahead game-winning field goal, 23-20. Colts-Chiefs. The Colts actually came back in this game to beat the Chiefs 20-17, pulling off a major upset, getting their first win and giving the Chiefs their first loss of the season. Bills-Dolphins. Tua got hurt in middle of this game, came back and led the Dolphins to a comeback, 21-19. Sadly, though, they couldn't get away without there being a butt punt. Literally, the punter punted it, and it went straight off their fellow offensive linemen took us for safety. It didn't matter because the Bills mismanaged their timeouts, mismanaged the clock, and couldn't get into field goal range with time left. Vikings-Lions. Lions had a lead late and blew it. They did a 2021 Detroit Lions and blew the lead, and Minnesota ended up winning that game 28-24. Ravens at Patriots. The Ravens pretty much mostly had this game. I mean, Patriots had some close parts. But the tough part for New England is Mac Jones is out, so start betting against the Patriots for a few weeks, because it's going to be Brian Hoyer, and, I mean, depending on opponents, they're probably not. I mean, definitely not this week. We'll get into predictions for this coming week in a moment. Bengals-Jets, this was all Cincinnati. Bengals winning 27-12. Titans-Raiders, this was a whack game. The Titans were actually up big at one point. Raiders started making a comeback, but ended up falling short, 24-22. Eagles-Commanders, this game was completely Philly, 24-8. There's nothing more to say about this game. Carson Wentz had a bad game. Philly had a great game. Nothing more to say. Philly won 24-8. Jaguars-Chargers, the Jaguars completely had this game from beginning to end. Capped off on Robinson long rushing touchdown. Jaguars beat the Chargers 38-10. Rams Cardinals. Aaron Donald recorded his 100th career sack. Otherwise, it was a dull game and a 20-12 Rams win over the Cardinals. Falcons Seahawks. Falcons won 27-23. I guess congrats to the Falcons, but that doesn't really change my prediction for Browns Falcons this coming week. We'll get into that in a moment. Packers Buccaneers. This went odd ways. Packers were up 14-6, and then Brady decided to take a final drive. They got touchdown, but after taking a delay of game, missed a 2-point conversion on a broken up pass. Packers win, and Packers recovered the onside kick to win 14-12 over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Sunday Night Football, 49ers and Broncos. This game was sluggish, and the only thing I'm going to say of note from this game is that Jimmy Garoppolo joined Dan Orlovsky of an intentional safety that also could have kind of been a pick six, actually, for Jimmy G, but wasn't, because it was actually a safety instead of a pick six. Basically what happened was as he was trying to throw, he stepped on the white line in the back of the end zone, which is automatically safety, and tried to get a pass off that ended up getting quote-unquote pick six, but it was not a pick six. But either way, Broncos won 11-10. And Monday Night Football on a game that wasn't really much of note. Cowboys won 23-16 over the New York Giants. That is this week in review. Just also to put it, Browns won 29-17 over the Steelers. This week in predictions, I went 10-6, and overall so far I am 26-20-1 in predictions. Let's get into this week's predictions. Thursday Night Football, we got a good, what could be a good one, and what could also be an odd one. Dolphins at Bengals Thursday night, tomorrow night at 8:15 on Prime Video. And really on paper before the season, this looked like a lot of a better game than it is right now with how much Cincinnati's just been off. I have Miami winning this game because I need to see Cincy really bounce back before I can start picking them again. First London game this year at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in London, 9:30 a.m. game between the Vikings and the Saints. I have New Orleans. Not New Orleans. I have Minnesota winning that game. Cleveland at Atlanta, October 2nd on 1 p.m. on CBS. One thing I will note, it didn't change my prediction. Myles Garrett could be out this week. If you are not aware, he got into a car crash after practice this week. Car flipped over twice. I believe he was in a Porsche. No major injuries, just a few minor stuff here and there. Hasn't been ruled out yet, but I have a feeling he could be out for Sunday. Keep in tune, but my prediction is still going to be Browns winning this game over Atlanta. Commanders at Cowboys, 1 p.m. on Fox. I have Dallas. Seahawks at Lions, 1 p.m. on Fox. I have the Lions. Titans at Colts, 1 p.m. on Fox. I have the Titans. Bears at Giants, 1 p.m. on Fox. I have the Giants. Jaguars at Eagles at 1 p.m. on CBS. I have the Eagles. Jets at Steelers, 1 p.m. on CBS. I have the Steelers. Bills at Ravens, 1 p.m. on CBS. I have the Bills. Chargers at Texans, 1 p.m. on CBS. I have the Chargers. Cardinals at Panthers, 4:05 on Fox. I have the Cardinals. Patriots at Packers, 4:25 on CBS. If Mac Jones was playing, I'd give him more of a chance, but I think the Packers will win with Mac Jones being out. Broncos at Raiders, 4:25 on CBS. I have the Broncos. Sunday Night Football, Chiefs at Buccaneers, 8:20 on NBC. I have the Chiefs. And then Monday Night Football, Rams at Giants, 8:15 on ESPN. I have the Rams. That is my predictions for this week, and that is this short version of this week's episode for the podcast. At this point, one actual thing I forgot before I go, standings update. I will keep on doing these shorter versions, probably for another recap NFL week at some point. Either before Yom Kippur or after Yom Kippur. Standings update, though, for the AFC East, the Dolphins in first place, 3-0, followed by the 2-1 Bills, followed by the Jets and Patriots, both at 1-2. For the AFC North, the Browns and Ravens tied for first place at 2-1. Steelers and Bengals tied for 1-2 at second place. Excuse me. AFC South, the Jaguars in first place, 2-1, followed by the 1-1-1 Colts, followed by the 1-2 Titans, followed by the 0-2-1 Texans. AFC West, the Chiefs and Broncos both tied for first place at 2-1, followed by the 1-2 Chargers, followed by the only winless team currently in the NFL, the 0-3 Las Vegas Raiders. That is the AFC. For the NFC East, Eagles in first place 3-0, followed by the 2-1 Cowboys, followed by the 2-1 Giants, both tied for second place, obviously, followed by the 1-2 Commanders. That's for the NFC East. For the NFC North, Vikings, Packers, and Bears all tied for first place at 2-1, followed by the 1-2 Lions. NFC South, Buccaneers in first place 2-1, followed by every other team in the division at 1-2, Panthers, Saints, and Falcons. And then for the NFC West, it's Rams at 2-1 on top of the division, and everyone else at 1-2, being the 49ers, Seahawks, and Cardinals. That is it for this short version of the podcast for this week. Thank you so much for watching. If you are new, subscribe down below and leave a notification bell on so you're notified when I go live or post a video. If you are listening on audio, follow on there, leave a review, and hit the notification bell on so you're notified when I post on there as well. Thank you so much for watching. Have an easy rest of the fast if you're still fasting. If not, see you in the next episode either way. Bye!